Wait,
10.
hold on. Hello, everybody. This is Elizabeth and Elton Claire Brewington, and we are here with the author of, or co-author of, A Journey of Love, Faith, Strength, and Determination. It's a fabulous story about siblings and a remarkable book for any family and I'll let Grover tell you about his book. He also does fundraising with pecans for his university. And he is planning to take a group to Kenya. And so today we will, after his presentation, we will show you a small segment of a video that's beautiful, but you can watch the whole segment and I'll make sure the link is available with this recording. So over to you, Grover.
Good, thank you. Back in 1967, I went to Kenya as a Peace Corps volunteer, and for 52 years, I planned to go back. Never went because of family, jobs, and whatever. But in 2017, after going to Alaska on a cruise with my wife, we stopped by Burbank, California, and met a friend who was in the Peace Corps when I was a Peace Corps volunteer. So I suggested to him at that time, it'd be nice for two Black Americans to go back to Kenya to visit the area we had worked as Peace Corps volunteers, and he agreed. We planned to go in 2019, but didn't make it until January 2020. So what you're about to see in the video is basically our first stop as we left Nairobi, headed up to Nakuru, where we had worked. And this is a very scenic site. It's called Escarpment. It's basically where the Rift Valley can be seen and recognized. Rift Valley runs from South Africa all the way up to what country? Anyway, you may see it in the video, but it's all the way through Africa. It's one big valley. But the Rift Valley is the fertile farmland for Kenya and all the countries that it entails. But what you're going to see in the video, we just stopped at the escarpment to just sort of revisit, because driving from Nairobi, you're driving through regular land and just like a typical countryside. Then all of a sudden the earth seemed to open up, and that's where we're gonna start at the escarpment. And in a video, you're gonna see a church built in 1942 by a prisoner of war during the war, and it's a Catholic church. But that's where you're gonna see some of the pictures. Then we can talk from there. Claire, we're not getting the sound.
If you think your competitor is not clicking on your Google ads, stop watching this video now. Let's say your average cost per click is $5. Now, how hard would it be for your competitor to click on your ad 5 times every day? Not hard at all.
It's 3 ingredients which you can go up and ask anyone, what do you want in life? And they're going to say peace, love, and happiness. I may want peace, love, and happiness, but today it's important for me to ask myself, instead of wanting peace, love, and happiness, can I do something?
I'm sorry, I have premium, so I don't know where those ads came from, but I'm going to go back to it in a minute. Meanwhile, why don't you talk a little bit more?
Okay, so what we did, we stopped at this escarpment, and so it made a little bit of time of touring the Catholic Church, which is the smallest Catholic church probably in the world, but it's very immaculate and it's very picturesque. And so we took pictures of that, and we drove up country to the next stop, which is to visit a friend who had studied here in Atlanta. He's a minister, and he had gone back to Kenya in 2011 and just continue his ministry there. Obviously, in a country like Kenya, being an agrarian country, people don't have a whole lot of resources. So I set up a ministry here, nonprofit, to support his ministry there, and supported him up until the time we went to Kenya. In fact, I still support him. But part of the deal was he had been out of the country probably for 10, 12 years to get his doctorate, and his wife was trying to maintain the home. So obviously he didn't have any funds to take back to Kenya when he went, and needed funds. So we supported him through the ministry. And when I came to Kenya, I was going to stop by and visit him. So what he did, he asked me to preach in this church that Sunday. I'm not a minister, I'm a deacon, but that's, I just like to be in the background. But anyway, I had to bring the message that Sunday. And it was very inspiring to just be in his church. And they spoke the Kikuyu language, and of course I speak very little Swahili, but he translated the message into Kikuyu. And after we left church that Sunday, we went up to Nakuru and spent the night. And the next day we went to visit farms that we had worked on when we were there as Peace Corps volunteers. I think we visited probably 5 different farms that day. One was a coffee farm owned by a female. And so we got to tour the whole farm and what she's doing with the farm. And she's moving away from coffee to some other fruit that is very valuable and expensive and will make a better living for her. Some of the other farmers had other fruit like papaya, oranges. And when we were there, none of those fruit were part of the farmers' crops. They basically had pyrethrum, which is an insecticide plant that is sold all around the world to mix with whatever chemical. In fact, they didn't use the chemical, they used the oil from the plant. And it was non-toxic, and you could use it to spray any of your crops. Of course, due to the political structure in Kenya, they stopped supporting that product, and so most of that now is acquired in China or some other place. But it was very lucrative when I was there, very good at maintaining the insect population. But so we went there, we visited another farm that had cattle. Then we did a little bit of just driving through the neighborhood, so to speak. One of the most important things that we saw was, it's called the Menengai Crater, which basically is a crater. But I lived probably 3 miles from the crater, but from my house, I could look right into the crater, which was a coffee plantation or farm right in front of me. So that was one of the areas I wanted to go see. And we went up to the top of it and also drove around the highway and took pictures. And so if you get to watch this video and on your own computer at your own time, you'll see a lot of that. It show where I worked, where I lived, and it just really, it shows old pictures from when I was there, and also pictures from the time we were there in Kenya. it was really, really an exciting, emotional time just being back after 52 years. And we went to visit a farm that's owned by a European. His family migrated to Kenya way back when, and they never left. Where many of the Europeans left Kenya, went to Rhodesia at the time, and they stayed and became Kenyan citizens. And what they do, they raise cattle for breeding purposes. In addition, his mom started a business for African women. They work on their own time as long as they want, as short as they want. And the products that they make, they sell them in Nairobi and order some online. And I haven't said, but they all handmade without a pattern. People just sit there with the memory and the expertise and design stuff like shoes, scarves, basically animals, anything you could think of almost. Those women design, do crochet and embroidery. I guess you call it embroidery. And they have a shop full of stuff, and I have pictures of that in the video as well. Then what did we? Then we visited Nakuru National Park. When we was there, the park was not that large. The most important thing about the park when we were there was the flamingos. There was millions and millions of flamingos. Through climate change or whatever, the flamingos are no longer there, and the lake is now probably 10 times the size it was when we were there. And it's a national park.
Okay, let's try again. I'm going to try and see. Let me stop this recording for a minute. You're watching Brightside Global Trade, and we'll make sure you have these links available to you.